Olivia, and over the next several days, I'll be filming another reading vlog. I moved back into college earlier this week, as you can tell by the background. It's about 3:30 on Friday, so I'll be taking you around with me for the rest of the weekend and showing you what I'm up to around campus. And with that, let's get started with the reading vlog and a weekend in my life at university.
Summer's day in Shepherdstown, an eagle in a thermal is a circling around like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfold, and she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah. She jumped up high and she fell to the ground and skinned her little knee and made a horrible sound. She got right up and she tried it again, and smiling all the way with her unstoppable grin. Take time, do what you're gonna do, and just smile, you're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. Oh no, take time, do what you're gonna do, just smile, you're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and you will learn to fly.
It's about 5:15 and I just finished reviewing some physics notes from lecture earlier today. Next up, I'm going to work on some biochemistry homework, and then I'm going to go grab dinner with friends around 6 o'clock. Also, I apologize if you can hear any background noise through any of these clips. My dorm building doesn't have air conditioning, so I have to leave my windows open, and even with that, it's pretty hot in here.
All the other children used to laugh at her. They say your head is in the clouds, and when you come back to earth, the men in the white coats, they will all be waiting for you. But Katie knew that there was something they didn't see, and she climbed up to the top of the sycamore tree and said, look out world, I am gonna fly away. She stood so tall and with all her might she took a flying leap of an astonishing height. A wind blew through and it carried her high, and Katie knew that she was just beginning to fly.
I have about 10 minutes before I have to head out to dinner, and I didn't get as far as I wanted to with biochem. Unfortunately, I think I really underestimated how long this assignment would take, so I think I have another few hours tonight. Before I head to dinner, I wanted to use this as an opportunity to update you on my reading progress. I'm currently in the middle of 2 books, the first of which is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. I'm buddy reading this one with Lexi from Lexicology, and I'll link her channel down below. We set a schedule of 3 to 4 parts per week, and right now I'm in the middle of part 5. I read A Darker Shade of Magic earlier this summer, and it was a 5 out of 5 star read for me. Because I've been trying to finish off the series that I'm starting and read more books from the authors that I enjoy, I decided it was a perfect opportunity to pick up A Gathering of Shadows. I've had really bad luck with the middle books in trilogies. I tend to love the first book in the series and then absolutely despise the middle book, and the final book can go either way for me. So far, A Gathering of Shadows has evaded many of the pitfalls that I really dislike in middle books of trilogies. One of my biggest complaints with these middle books is when the plot is drawn out excessively, and there's not really enough plot points to make a full trilogy, but the author is trying to stretch the story as far as possible. I'm still a little under halfway through the book, so I can't comment on the plot as a whole, but so far there have been some pretty substantial plot points. The plot is just as compelling, if not more compelling, than that of the first book, and I haven't found myself bored at all while reading. I find it really difficult to predict where V.E. Schwab's books are going, which is one of the things that I really enjoy about her writing. She's a very talented author, and that's really coming through in the second book, especially as she weaves together all of these different plots and points of views that are happening in different locations but simultaneously. I'm really intrigued to see how all of these subplots tie together at the end of the story. One of my only complaints about the book so far is actually the changing points of view. I find it a little bit jarring whenever we switch to a new character, and it takes me quite a while to become accustomed to their commentating, their dialogue, and the events that are unfolding in their lives. All in all, though, I don't think this problem is specific to this book or this author. I generally run into this issue when there are a lot of changing point of views, so I'm not surprised. And on the other side of that coin, I've also found the point of views to be a positive. I'm liking the in-depth insights that you see with all of these characters, especially with Lila, since we didn't get to see a ton of her point of view in the first book. I'm also loving the world building in this book, which is a huge thing that I look for as a reader, and it can tip the tables as to whether I love a book or absolutely hate it. I thought the world building in the first book was phenomenal, and the second book is even better, which I was not expecting. I'm finding it really interesting to explore all the different parts of this world and to get to meet characters from these different places. I'm about 42% of the way through the book right now, and I'm really intrigued to see where the plot is going, so that's going to be on the top of my list when I start reading tonight. The second book that I'm tackling at the moment is Kilman Creek by Rachel Caine. If you watched my last reading vlog, I was in the middle of Stillhouse Lake, which is the first book in this series, and ended up being another 5-star read for me. Consequently, picking up Kilman Creek was a bit of a no-brainer for me. The first book ended on quite the cliffhanger, so this one was immediately in my Amazon shopping cart, and I was pretty impatient when I was waiting for it to ship. Kilman Creek picks up where the first book left off and follows the same cast of characters. I don't want to give away much more than that in case you haven't read the first book in the series, but I'm enjoying this one so far as well. I'm noticing some similar trends in Rachel Caine's writing style, most notably the slow start to the plot at the very beginning of the book. I had the same issue with Stillhouse Lake when I was first starting out, but after the first 150 pages, I found that the plot picked up quite a bit. I'm feeling the same way about Kilman Creek right now. I'm on page 101 out of 333, and I feel like I haven't really gotten to the meat of the story yet. I recognize that Rachel Caine is using this as an opportunity to set up some of the crucial plot points and unexpected twists and turns in the future, but I'm getting a little impatient with this one. I am enjoying all of the character growth and development, even since the end of the first book, but as a plot-driven reader, I am starting to get a little antsy, and I'm waiting for the action to pick up for this one. Those are my 2 current reads for this weekend. I'm not planning to finish A Gathering of Shadows this weekend because Lexi and I decided to be at the end of part 7 by Sunday, but I may have a chance to finish Kilman Creek. I'm gonna head off to dinner, and I probably won't film while I'm there, just to respect the privacy of my friends, but I'll update you when I get back. It's about 8:30 right now. I got back from dinner, and I've been working on biochemistry for about an hour and a half. Surprisingly, I still have a few more hours of work for the course, so I'll be working until 10, and then I'll transition over to reading for a bit. My first priority reading-wise is getting A Gathering of Shadows read up through part 7, so that's what I'll be starting with tonight. I'm not sure if I'll have an opportunity to update later tonight, so I think I'll sign off for today, and I'll update you with my reading progress in the morning.
Take time, do what you're gonna do, and just smile, you're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. Oh no, take time, do what you're gonna do, just smile, you're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and you will learn to fly.
Good morning. It's about 9 o'clock on Saturday, and I've spent the past few hours doing some work. I decided it was time to take a break, so I wanted to update you on my reading progress. Last night, I read about 40 pages of A Gathering of Shadows, which wasn't as much as I had hoped, but I was pretty tired. I'm on page 233 right now, and there hasn't been much in the way of plot development in the 40 pages that I did read. I'm still pretty interested in how V.E. Schwab is going to tie together all of these subplots. They're still coming across as very separate and unrelated. I'm also finding Lila to be quite a big mystery still. I feel like we didn't learn that much about her character and her true personality traits in the first book, and I was hoping to explore some more of that in this book. Since I'm a little less than halfway through this one, I was hoping to see some more character development at this point. I'm curious if the lack of information is intentional and if there's some dark past that'll come up toward the end of the book. I also wasn't anticipating the deeper exploration into the magic system. The first book briefly touched on the basics, but this one definitely expands on that knowledge, and magic is much more prevalent. Since I didn't tackle much reading last night, I want to keep this update fairly short, so I'm going to head off to breakfast and then head to the library to get some more work done.
Take time, do what you're gonna do and just smile. You're gonna see it through and your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. No, no, take time, do what you're gonna do, just smile. You're gonna see it through, your wings are gonna sprout and you will learn to fly. Well, take time, do what you're gonna do and just smile. You're gonna see it through, your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. No, no, well, take time, do what you're gonna do, just smile.
It's about 6 o'clock right now, and I just got back from dinner after spending about 7 hours at the library. Amazingly, I'm still not caught up on all of the work that I wanted to be finished for this weekend, so I still have a bit more to do. I'm planning to work for a few more hours and hopefully around 9 o'clock transition over to reading. My goal is to finish part 5 of A Gathering of Shadows and all of part 6, so that for Sunday I only have to read part 7 and I'll be completely caught up. I'm going to get some work done and I'll catch up with you once I've started reading again.
A sticky summer's day in Shepherdstown. An eagle in a thermal is a circling around like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes and her arms unfold and she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah. She jumped up high and she fell to the ground and skinned her little knee and made a horrible sound. She got right up and she tried it again and smiling all the way with her unstoppable grin. Take time, do what you're gonna do and just smile. You're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. No, no, take time, do what you're gonna do, just smile. You're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and you will learn to fly. All the other children used to laugh at her. They say your head is in the clouds and when you come back to earth, the men in the white coats, they will all be waiting for you. But Katie knew that there was something they didn't see, and she climbed up to the top of a sycamore tree and said, look out world, I am gonna fly away.
Good morning. It's now about 7:30 on Monday, and I had every intention of filming a reading update yesterday afternoon. I spent most of the day at the library, once again, and when I came back, I had a chance to read for a few hours and promptly fell asleep. To make up for the complete lack of a reading update yesterday, I figured I would close off the reading vlog today and share some final thoughts on A Gathering of Shadows. I managed to read about 250 pages last night before I fell asleep, so I'm getting fairly close to the end of the book. I have less than 100 pages left. While I didn't have any major complaints with the first half of the book, I'm enjoying the second half of the book even more. I'm loving the world building and the continual character development that we're seeing throughout this installment. I'm particularly enjoying seeing a bit of insight into Kel's personal life and his backstory. I get a good chuckle out of his continual banter with Rye, especially when you consider how different their personalities are. It's also very enlightening to see his interactions with the other members of the royal family, even above and beyond Rye, and it really explains a lot about his character. Lila, on the other hand, is still shrouded in mystery. There have been a few hints dropped here and there about her past, but nothing very significant, so I feel like we're still a little bit in the dark about her past. I have a feeling there's some crucial standout event that explains a lot about why she is the way she is, but I have a sinking suspicion that that may not become apparent until the third book in the series. With respect to the plot, I don't really have a good idea of where it's going. I have a few thoughts, but I have a feeling I'm very far off the mark. This series is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorites, and I have a feeling I'll be picking up the third book in the series very soon. All in all, this was a pretty productive weekend for me. I managed to finish quite a few assignments for school, and I read over 350 pages. I have to leave for class in a few minutes, so with that, I'll close out this reading vlog. Let me know if you enjoy this style video and would like to see some more reading vlogs in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.